Test. That looks good. All right. Howdy, folks. My name's Dave. I'm a woodturner, and I got started turning as therapy for PTSD. Found out I had a knack for it, fell in love with it. And then I started teaching it and fell in love with that too. So I started this channel to become a better teacher, a better demonstrator, and a better turner. I mean, practice is the secret sauce after all. And the more I get to share what I have learned over the years with other turners, the more it gets, dumped right back into my own head, repeated over and over. And same thing with practice. It's that focused repetition. Um, so yeah, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you joining me. I've got a piece of. I wanted to try a little something here. I've got a little bit of some pin cherry, and I thought I'd like to try to do a couple of small goblets, maybe. Um, so I want to see how this works out. I kind of got the idea from Rudy Lopez. I'm not going to do with these anyway. I don't know. I don't even know how these are going to turn out, to be honest, because this is really soft wood. But I'm curious. I'd like to see about making some goblets here. Just I'm going to turn this bit down to a tenon for the chuck. Again, this is really soft stuff, so we'll see how it goes. It's not like so soft that it's going to completely disintegrate or whatever. It's just a fairly soft wood. So what I'd like to do there we go. So what I'd like to do is create my shoulder right there. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it wants to. I haven't turned pin cherry in quite a while. So that's a good shoulder. I thought it might be fun to do some little goblets out of these branches. So that'll be my holding for the chuck. So let's. And you know what? Just for fun, since I've got these sitting here, let's do another one. Get it set. And that way, I might wind up with a pair. Does peel off pretty nice though. All right, so we got two candidates for that. I wanted to see like how thin I could turn it. Just kind of practice, really. This is really all this is. utilizing some branches and trunks of smaller saplings that I removed from a friend's yard. Now, pin cherry, it can be hard to see where the pith is at. But what I wanted to do was make sure I started at the center of the timber itself. So I took my center finder, run around 4 times on both sides just to get that lined up. That's the wrong one. And I just ground a new negative rake. Well, not not new. I've had this for a while, but I just reprofiled it. So figured I'd see how that works out here. I don't know if I can hold on to these with this chuck. Let's see. So I want to true this up and get this end cleaned off. And I can still use this center for that. I think I just bumped the camera. Sorry about that. Let's move this down just a tad. Hey, what the heck? Let's get this over here too. So I've got my light set up here. I'm not sure that it'll be in the way or not, but I want to try to shine through the side of the bowl of the goblet to try to help decide wall thickness. And I'm kind of curious how this is really going to work out with the pin cherry anyway. I've done, what have I turned out of pin cherry? Not much. I think maybe a small little box or two. Maybe some practice spindle work, perhaps. It is cutting fairly nice. So I'm going to get a bark rim on my goblet here. So I need to do maybe 1 or 2 more cuts to clean this bit up. But the bark on this stuff is really, really thin too. I've done most of it, I hope. Yeah. So that's the rim I'm going to work with. I'm going to leave the bark there. So I think I'll go with, well, I won't be able to see that very well. Not that guy yet. Or that guy yet. So the rim of the goblet's going to be a little bit off because it's not a perfectly round piece, but that's okay. I just want to keep that rim there. I'd say it's probably about as soft as willow. Maybe. Been a while since I turned willow, but willow I had to let season before I could turn it. So maybe this is a little bit harder than willow. Okay, let's start working on the bowl of this guy. Sure, I have to bring this up some. Let's see. So I'm not going to take deep cuts. I just want to start working on my bowl. And I'm not sure if I should. I think I'm going to wind up. Yeah, I'm going to have to come from the other direction. Because I'm actually going uphill to the fibers here. So let's move this guy back. I don't know how much the pith is going to affect this piece, but we are going to find out. So now, since I'm pushing out to the side, I want to really work at taking light cuts. It'd be really easy to bring it out of the chuck or take it out of running through. And then I'm going to I use my scraper to set that my QST to take the wall thickness down. Hopefully I'm not in the way of the camera, although I think I might be. I don't need that down yet. Oh yeah, I do. All right. See if I turn this light off here. This one. You know what? I think a flashlight will just do better than this. Unless I can get it. Yeah, right there. So doesn't really translate very well by the overhead camera. Let's see. Where's the switch? There we go. That's a little bit easier to see, I think, on the camera. So I need to work on the thickness just a bit. But the bowl is the bowl of this thing is essentially done. And that's where this guy's going to come into play. And I guess I need that light again. So an old Craftsman, well, I don't know how old is old. This is, I think this was the newer style. They used to lacquer, like a red lacquer. Oh, yeah. On an older style. And then on a newer style, they did something different. So I guess the age is kind of a relative thing. I'm not really sure. I think this set might have been from the 60s. It's one of the few pieces left that I have from a Craftsman turning tool set. Had five tools on it. There we go. And let's get that nub out of there. I bought, or thought I needed to buy, but I guess the result is the same. I bought several different turning tool sets off of eBay, and what's the other one? Well, for some reason it's escaping me, and that's all right. Nice and thin. Okay. So now it's time to finish turning the goblet. The stem, it's going to have a stem on it too, in theory anyway. Let's say this is soft wood, so we'll see how well it holds up to spinning with thinner diameter. So this would be really helpful if I could get that in there somehow. Let's see. Let's do this. I'm not sure how I'll be able to hold on to that. That might be a little thick. Yeah, just a little bit. I guess I just have to stop and check with the flashlight. And I'm still just a skosh thick. Definitely really handy to have sharp tools. There we go. That's what I'm after. Yeah. Alright, let's hog off some more of this with the bigger tool. So I want to see, let's see now. Pith is actually pretty much dead center, I think. Shape a nice bead there. Nothing about greenwood that it can gum up your tool some. See, I think that might be a decent diameter there. Okay, just working my way from area of most vibration, which is out here with no support, to area with least vibration that has support. Feeling really nice. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna work on fit of this groove. Alright, you can see the piss run right through there. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'll say this is a little more stout than Willow. It's green. Probably shouldn't do this, but it worked out okay. Alright. So looking forward to seeing what happens when this thing goes starts to dry and change shape. Let's see, where's my that was it. I'll bring this out a little bit. Yeah. go. Oh, I think we'll play with it a little bit. Alright, something like that. Oh, actually, I was thinking I was going to have to raise this up to get my parting tool in there, but I also just remembered I have a thin curved parting tool here. It might let me do just this thing. Alright, there is the I suppose I need to be a little bit taller on the tool rest. Still a little bit taller on the tool rest. There we go. Try to keep that clean. Almost get over that, but not quite. Let's go with the 1/4 inch then. Alright, and then just a little bit of gouge work here. In fact, I can use carving gouge. Is that the right guy? Nope. Not the right guy. Yep. Oh, doesn't have to be that small either. Let's see. I've got a couple different sizes. Oh yeah, that'll work better. Okay. So just a regular. Hand carving gouge. So I'm going to try to get, what did I do with that guy? I'm going to try to get a little bit, well, it'd be a smaller, shorter, not much actually. All right, so this piece is a little bit longer. I did have to take some off of there. So let's make another one. And then I'll see what happens as it dries. Cool. And away you go. So I tried to choose the end of the branch that was the roundest to work on the bowl first. Alright, let's move some of these dudes around here. Put this away. Alright. And then I've got some small pieces of maple crotchwood I want to play around with. Oh, that's a little bit low. So, having said so far, I certainly appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks for joining me. That's nice and clean. Okay.
DEXSTERSEN00 say, what's up?
Hey, Dexter's Den 00. Yeah, hey, how you doing, man? Oh, I forgot, man. I gotta give a shout out for Captain OB. He's finally starting to stream on Twitch. He was on today from 2 to 8. Well, I'm taking some pin cherry, which is a fairly soft wood, and making some small goblets out of it. I wanted to see how thin I can make them. That's getting all blinded out by every other light in this place. All right, so I left the bark on the rim, and I wanted to get a nice thin wall goblet out of green wood. I've got some pin cherry. It's fairly soft. Really needs sharp tools to turn it, and so I'm making another right now, and then I'm just going to let them dry and see what kind of cool groovy shapes they take on. If they do anything at all, I don't know. They might just crack and split and just destroy themselves. So this one's got the pith running just on the outside of the stem. So I don't think that one is gonna. We'll see what happens with the drying process. I don't know what's gonna happen. just wanted to practice, and it's a different wood. Bob Ross 61. Hey, yes, yes, absolutely. But anyway, I removed some saplings that were kind of taking over part of a friend's yard, trimmed things out, and I got to keep this wood, so can't let it go to waste, man. Howdy, how's it going? Max K14. So the branches weren't perfectly round. This is a spendy hobby. Yep. One of the biggest expenditures is going to be a lathe. You can go sky's the limit on tools if you want to, but you can find some good quality tools at a fairly decent, we'll call it intermediate price, maybe a little bit less. But eventually, you're going to really want to invest in some good quality tools. It's probably best to do that at the beginning, but also it can make sense to buy a less expensive set of tools to get your feet wet, so to speak, to see if you even dig it. And the loss of one of those tools or two of those tools won't go nearly as devastating to the pocketbook. Don't do what I did. I bought when I started. I bought like entire sets of turning tools, Craftsman, stuff like that. Yeah, I've heard. That's pretty funny. um, I mean, it can be very spendy, depending on what you purchase. Down a little bit. But Hurricane makes some. Anyway, I was saying I bought several sets. I think it was 3 different Craftsman sets. One was chrome. Another one was a lacquered handle with just black steel, and then another one was well, actually, I think I bought 2 of these sets. Thought I would need, all these tools, and wound up giving most of them away. To other new turners, say, here, man, work with these, start with these, don't spend your money on, if you don't know that you're into it, go budget a little bit, and see if you like it. I find it to be. So I started this turning as therapy for PTSD, and I find it works wonders for giving me a focus in the here and now, because I have to be paying attention to this rotating piece of timber and how I'm presenting the tool there. In this case, it's running pretty slow. I don't think I've. Oh, okay. It's my lathe is running at its slowest speed. I haven't changed anything. which happens to me sometimes because I just start turning and then I adjust myself to the speed of the lathe. But it's got to be in the here and now and paying attention to what's happening. Got to avoid those tool catches. Let's double check this wall thickness, shall we? Hey, that is just about dead on. All right, cool. So I'm going to take this guy.
DEXSTERSEN00 said, yeah, I make thing with 550 paracord.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That muscle memory and your body takes over, and then your mind can do its thing without, it's just it's a cool kind of space to be in, and that's very, very cool. So I do like to talk to other veterans about wood turning as therapy, because holy cow, does it work for me. Oh, I didn't quite get that. Ooh, yeah, no, we don't like this very much. Not quite. Bottom's a little flat on the inside. Okay. Still could go just a little bit more. So I'm just using my negative rake scraper up on its edge so that I can get that really sheer scrape right in the bottom. Because, as I said, this is pin cherry. It's really soft stuff. Alrighty then. It would be nice if I had a way to hold my light right in there and be able to film and be able to, you know the deal. But there's nothing wrong with taking time to stop and just assess as I go, and that's kind of what I do anyway. As I'm cutting, seeing what kind of stuff presenting itself when it comes to
is the wood chip
turning.
you can sell for fire starter.
Yeah. Yep. I also sell old honeycomb for the same purpose. Really lightweight, easy to use fire starter. Just old bee comb. It's got just enough wax in it to light it, and enough of the feels good. Enough of the cocoon silk that the bees wrap themselves up into once they start to pupate. Have basically a wick. Let's see, I think I'm going down a little bit more here. I think that'll do. Make this bead a tiny bit smaller. And the other one. And then just start working backwards from most vibration, no support over here to area of least vibration where I have support. So I want to work backwards to that. And it looked like I'm sure it can handle that diameter right there. I think I can take it down a little bit more. Do like have greenwood just peels away. So, next is Dan. What kind of stuff do you make out of 550? Yeah, veteran by chance, scout leader, artist next door for paracord, any all the above. Just curious. trying to see. I think I'm hitting just on the edge of the pith, I think. Yeah. Yep, right there. So cool. Almost like peeling carrots. Another endeavor you need sharp tools for. Oh, cool. Nice. Oh, rifle saw. Okay. I got you. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Would make sense. I hadn't thought about using paracord to make a sling like that, but I bet it would work really nice. Alright, so I should go back to be doing this, but I'm going back to do that. There we go. And now I'm going to sand as I go. This guy's a little thin. And this is pin cherry. Green pin cherry. Okay. So it's starting to move on me a little bit, which is alright. That's already sanded and done. Now, they don't have to be exact, but hey, what the heck. One of the hardest things about working with this particular tree is that the bark is really thin. And comes off really easy. So in my case, I'm trying to at least save bark rims here. There we are. Sweet. Now I have enough here. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of damage to that bark, and that was from the chainsaw earlier. I thought I would get around that, but apparently it's not going to happen. So let me clean up that right there. And now I can use my larger parting tool to undercut that. Oh, wait, no, before I do that though. A little bit going on here, a little bit of sanding. Don't need to do much. Using sharp tools, so always trying to limit the amount of sanding I gotta do. I know I'm going to be sanding because the material I work with is wood. There's going to be some sanding, but I get to help determine where that starts. And that is practice and sharp tools, learning how sharpen the tools properly and maintain them. A lot of little pieces to the carving here. If you learn the skill, then you move on, learn another one, add them together, move on, learn another skill, add that one to the pile, little by little. Where'd I set that guy? There it is. Okay, so now I can take my hand gouge here and clean off that bottom. That's annoying. There we go. It's green and it's pin cherry, making it very easy to carve. Alright, so there we have a pair of goblets. And we'll set these aside and we'll just watch them dry and see what happens to them. I think that will be interesting. That was fun practice. Wasn't sure how that would wind up because it's been a while since I've done pin cherry. Although to be fair, I did more pin cherry in my earlier earlier part of my turning journey. And, I want to try to turn like I want to turn all kinds of wood. I want to see how they all turn. I think there's a whole lot of exploration there that can happen. So anyway,
DEXSPERSEN00 said, how long you've been wood turning?
I've been turning since 2015. Where's that guy? There it is. And I really have put in a lot of practice time. A lot of the time in my early couple of years, I was using it as therapy. So when I had nights that I couldn't sleep or couldn't get back to sleep or was just worked up, I'd come out and get behind the lathe and turn for hours and hours and hours. And then it kind of changed my general day to day. And I kind of commonly go to bed about 3, maybe 4 a.m. and get up about 11 or so. So I've turned kind of more into a night owl. For a lot of years, it was 6 o'clock every single day, rain or shine, whether the alarm went off or not. I was awake. But I would say that's par for a lot of folks who are ex-military. Let's see. There's my bow gouge. All right, so I got this piece of maple crotchwood. And I want to do something a little bit different with it. So I like the shape of this piece of crotchwood.
Saying he'd rather do paracord at night peaceful, no kids put soothing music.
Right? Nobody's messing with you. The entire rest of the world has passed out and is gone. Yeah. Unless you're, a night shifter, in which case, I've been that too. But yeah, there's hardly anybody around. Things are a lot quieter. It's a little easier to start getting into that focus. And I'm, fairly lucky in the fact that as a disabled vet, I didn't have a 9-to-5 job or whatever. So I still don't. So I want to true these two ends up before I do anything. But it's not like I had to. I've had those days with shift work and all that stuff, but it's not like I had to make sure I was in bed by whatever time so I could make sure to beat the morning rush. Rush hour was never one of my favorite times to drive. But in any case, pretty lucky in that I got to spend the time to do this. All that equated into practice time. Behind the lathe time, it's practice time. Alright, so that's that guy. It'll still hold. So you can see where the two piths. Oh, I forgot you were even on. Two piths coming through from the two branches. Eventually meet, they met. Come here, you. They met somewhere down about that far. But anyway, let's true that side up too. Tra-la-la, make sure that makes it past there. So, yeah, I mean, I got to put in practice time. I didn't have a 9-to-5 job to worry about. Kids to get off of school. good in there? I was worried about that. Oh well, that's alright. I was going to take the bark off anyway. Just a wee bit far away there. Yeah, I'm thinking that is not at all what I want. What I want is a straight butt. Normally I would make a hollow form. Well, I guess not normally. I figure out where I want the hollow form to go on this seam, and in this case, a lot of times I'll make the neck of the hollow form around where all of the suturing of the wood comes together, but I want that actually to be in the bottom part, and probably part of the base, showing up on part of the base. But I really want more of a kind of a open form here. Just kind of, I don't know, having fun with it. You did not take me down, did I? Silly me. Okay. Still right, flat. That bowl gouge is getting dull. There we go. That's flat. So this bark is going to come off anyway. Okay, now I need to work on how am I going to hold this dude. Because this is my bottom. So what I think I will do is set myself up for a hold here. With the chuck. And then that I can turn away. That looks like I need to get rid of some back here. And some cambium. Yeah, sure do. Okay. That'll be there. Time for a new bowl gouge. How about you? Gotta go. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy your evening.
DEXSTERSEN00 said, and paid.
All right. Alrighty then. So keep taking her down till she's around. Make sure everything clears. That's not gonna clear. Got it almost all the way gone there. Getting some of that like greenish tinge that I can sometimes get with maple. That's really kind of neat. Get rid of it all. Still no. All right. So if I come out this way, be hard to do. All right, let's see. I want to get rid of this bark. I'm going to have to shift that bark towards the outside. And we'll try. Nope, that's not this side I need to shift. The side I need to shift is here. And clears. That might have been too much. Just a little bit. Oh, actually, what was that? Running through? Yep, just a little bit too far. All right. There we go. Still running fairly true, so that'll look all right. Okay, so I now have my hold here for the chuck, and I really should get rid of that. The cambium layer itself compresses a lot, and I want a good solid hold when it's in the chuck, so I want to be on actual timber as much as possible rather than on bark or the cambium layer that's underneath it, because it's just like a sponge. Yeah, it'll just compress and compress, and if you try to get a good hold with that stuff, you're going to be on the losing end of that tug of war. Let's see. So we're running true. just for giggles, I want to go back over this since I've got a fairly straight gouge. Oh, sharp, sorry. I don't know why I'm messing with it. Its bark is going to come off anyway. Okay. And that looks like square sides, so that's good. This is more or less got the shape I was kind of going for. I think I still want to scoop out a little bit more, but I'll do that once I can get it turned around again. So it's time to cut the tenon off. More or less just an arbitrary shape. I don't have any. Just doing kind of an abstract, whatever. I wanted to see, what kind of stuff we can play with here. And then the other piece, I think I'm going to do an actual, more traditional hollow form. What am I looking for? I'm looking for these guys. And then we're going for this dude. Before I get too squirrely, let's bring up the tailstock. Since I can put a lot more pressure against this thing with the tailstock than I can with two hands and a flashlight, as it were. Okay. And we are not even close to running true. It's not too bad. This is running true. I'm just going to have to do a little bit more work here. That's all right. This is going to be turned down too some more. And let's. All right, maybe I should true that up first. Yep, that's why I brought up the tailstock, just to have this extra support. Okay. I want to start working on refining the outside shape. I'm watching the ghosting line over here. Yeah, I thought that might be cool, but maybe that's not really gonna. Maybe. Hmm. Put a little wave in it, maybe. Or should I just make it a nice sweep? Well, we're going for kind of abstract, so let's go with abstract. Yeah, that'll work. Now work from the other side down to there. A little bit more tool rest over here. And then, do I tuck that in? I think. I think no. Let's see. I'm looking for. go. A lot easier without a handle. Let's see. And then flare it out. Yeah. Oh, onto it. See, I think I want to flare it out even more, make it more pronounced. Yeah. Let's go with that guy. Work on this thing. Okay. Now I have neglected to give myself a place to hold on to this thing. we go. And I want to mark this dude. Key. Where's the key? Who's got the key? So I'm gonna flip this around. I'm gonna finish that foot there, and then flip it around again. Hollow it out, and then flip it around again, and turn this away. I want to have like a rounded bottom, but it will be up off of the surface that those two legs will sit on, I think. And now that I think about it, this might have been really handy. Both of these might have been really handy with this guy. So we'll readdress that in a minute. Let's change chuck here. Oop, wrong drawer. There we go. Want to be securing the chuck, and we're going to bring up the tailstock. That's running very nicely. I'll take it. Where'd my guy go? There we are. Maybe. This is probably a better solution. Right now. Yeah, you're gonna be a little too aggressive to start with. A little bit thinner than that. Oh, whoops. Dave. That's not what I meant to do, but that's what I got. I'm going to doing on thickness. Get really close. This is where I really need to pay attention to. Then I'm going to have to reflatten on feed out because I didn't quite make it around that corner. There we go. Now I can redress these feet. Hopefully not get too much vibration out of that. That'll work. And now I can finish up on this. Oh, should I take it? No, that'll be fine. So I can finish up this curve right here. Let's see. Looks like I'm going to take a little bit more out. There we go. Okay. Once it gets up off that tenon, it will stand properly. All right. Now, Okie doke. One thing I did not think about was that my negative rig scrapers would go a long way towards easing up some of that sanding. Just using them up on the edge so that I can get that shear scrape action across the surface. And just leaving a really nice surface so far. And a little bit of a tool mark there. Barely touching the surface. Barely touching the surface there. Okay. Now, again, the question is, do I want to flute this in a little bit more? So I'm going to have some figure here and some here, which is good. Let's go grab the other guy. There you are. Help me, Calgon. Take me away. That's not going to work for me. So, that's more like it. Okay, that trail mark is gone. Now,
Said, just got back from movie. You making an angel?
sure, why not? How was the movie? Just playing around with a kind of a, I don't know, abstract sort of hollow form-ish out of a nice piece of, small, little small piece of crotchwood I got from you, actually. Well, what'd you guys go see? Canadian bacon at steak. Oh, okay, I got you now. Okay, so that is mighty close, but I need to clean this up down here. Okay. Now I can start working on hollowing this dude out. So let's do that. And hey, since we're in the chuck right now, we'll use that chuck and a Forstner bit. To hollow most of that out. Let's see, we'll take these guys. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so my outer diameter here is 1 3/4 inches. It is actually 13/16, but we'll call it 3/4. This guy is a 40 mil. That's about 1 1/4 inches. Be a little thin. But hold on a second. They're TC Schmo and KT Breach. Wiley Smiley Kylie. So what you did miss is that I started turning pin cherry and did a couple of small little, really thin, very thin goblets here. Basically, I mean, they're the same height, so we'll just call it a match pair. Turning pin cherry, which you need really sharp tools to get a decent surface off of. So I started with those because, seeing, there you go. Come on, Dave. Rudy Lopez, his little box of those little bent chalices that he did. So I didn't want to bend them. I just wanted to turn a couple out of pin cherry. I thought they would look cool, and I was right. They look cool.
Shmuel said, those are nice. Like the edge on top.
Thanks. That is, yeah. Left the bark on it. Let's go back to grab one here. Here we go. So I wanted to try to keep. Am I holding this in the right spot? Let's turn that off.
Captain One said, hey, Dave, I've and Shmuel.
So left the bark as part of the rim for both the top and the foot. But yeah, just turning pin cherry. I wanted to see if I could turn, a thin stemmed goblet with that pin cherry. And now that one is what, like 5 inches tall. So now I want to do a longer one. I wasn't sure how well the pin cherry would even hold up. I just wanted to practice turning and let's take that off of there.
Shmuel said, hey, LP.
Tool skills, all that stuff. Hey man, how's it going? Did you figure out the rest of the audio stuff?
Captain One said, I figured out the audio stuff. Yay.
Oh,
Funny
cool.
story.
Oh, yeah. Well, that extra hot mic. Heck yeah, man. All right, so I'm going to start by hollowing this out with a Forstner bit. Oh, are you serious? Tailstock break back off, man. It's really nice to have a smoothly working uh, come on, come on. There we go.
Thanks for the help today at Dave Drive.
Yeah, man, my pleasure. Been waiting for you to stream in, man. I'm happy to help out. You have done the same for me. Okay, let's see. I know that's not going to be deep enough yet. I just moved my finger. A smoothly operating quill is a lovely thing. So I'm going to extend this out a little bit. I think that should do it. Hey, what bowl did you finally get to? I think you said what? You were on number 7 when I hopped on? You need to do that? You do that? Gotta watch out for them wings.
Captain One said, "Yay, something like that. 7 in different stages of being done. 8
Okay.
now."
All right, cool. Very cool. And you've got 60, did you say? I can't remember, man. I'm sorry. It was, I think you said 60. 30? I don't know. I don't remember. Stream it all, man. Stream it all. Okay, that's that. And now my brain has to be thinking about what the next step is going to be. I think a drink of water is the next step. Oh, it looks like my camera is.
Captain One said, "Not sure if I'll be able to get the 60 they want from the wood they provide. They understand that."
Well, cool. Maximize what you got, man. Alrighty. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. Don't need these guys right now. Don't need that guy. Yeah. Let's see. There. I think I need to dress the edge on my spindle gouge. So I'm going to do that really quick. with the old Wolverine jig here.
Captain Mahone said, just wish they hadn't cut away 6 inches with the assembly. All the good fell.
Well, as long as they understand the explanation, and I mean, it's not like you can put wood back. Be kind of nice if you could do that, but I haven't figured out a way yet. It doesn't require glue, screws, nails, clamps. Once you cut it off, it's off. Okay. Oh, I guess I don't need the compressor jumping on in the background there. Okay, so there's a couple of ways I could do this. Might even be more than a couple I'm thinking of. Let's get that death towel set properly. There we go. Get that guy. Bull gouge, spindle gouge. So I found, by the way, for those interested in the robust collet system, I have what they were calling the ER Robust, was calling the ER 25 set. It's a set with 4, and they provide 4 collets with the nut and the holder, whatever you call that. And I contacted Robust because I was having problems with the tool slipping again. And it turns out that they only Robust buys the collets, I think, from somewhere else, because they told me on the phone, because I've got another tool that I was going to make a handle for, and I was like, no, let me try the collet system with that, but it wouldn't work, and my bowl gouges are kind of slipping. Turns out you can buy separate collets on Amazon from, as long as I see ER25, they're supposed to fit into the robust collet thing. And they're not very expensive. So I bought a set of 12 for like 20 bucks, maybe 20, between 20 and 30, I think. And it comes with more sizes than what Robust offered in their little kit. So if you have a collet that's not working, they size the collets for nominal size, but not all tool steel is treated the same. So if you have a collet in that system that is not quite holding on to the tool, as I have been experiencing, then you can find on Amazon at least the right size, or a size that will work for you. They all kinds of sizes apparently. You just have to be ER25. Just wish I hadn't cut away. Oh, yep, back that. And had more options and known where the pith was. Yeah. Got around, been a long, great long day. Got to download the video. Yeah. For YouTube. Have fun, dude. And thanks. So now Mike OB is, like I said, he finally started. He's streaming now. He started today. I guess he's going to go the rest of the week. I'm not sure what his schedule is for past this week, but he's going to go at least the rest of the week. I understand from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I invite you to check out his channel. Maybe give him a follow, help him get started. Fellow wood turner and same turning club. So thanks for stopping by, Mike. Whoop. And that's why we don't do that. So went right through it. That's a bummer. So now I will instead turn this into a stand. Gotta roll with it sometimes, man. Oh, and it split on me, which was always a possibility anyway. Right there.
Wiley Smiley Kylie said, "You pulled a Kyle."
I might have pulled a Dave. That's happened occasionally. So we'll turn this into a stand instead, and we'll turn a little hollow form to sit in it. My specialty. Yeah, sometimes it'd probably seem like that. You're still a new turner, man. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Oops, you got a bad blank. Demand a refund. Blame the assistant. Oh, yes. Yes, that's what I need to do. I need to blame the assistant that gave it to me, right? That's what you're saying. You mean this one, Abbott? This is just a scraper that I profiled into a specific shape. Yeah, scrapers are really, really nice tools. Especially when you learn the right way, rather the right way, the most efficient way to use them. The more efficient you can get with a tool, the better your finish off the tool will be.
Still an awesome piece, just shorter.
Just a little bit shorter. We're going to fix this right up. And then we'll turn a little hollow form to sit right in there. So let's see, I want this guy. Oh, like butter, baby. That was a nice cut. Like butter. Okay, now, I think I might. Can I use this? I don't know if I can use this, but if I can, it's going to be awesome. If I can't, it's going to still kind of be awesome, but not as awesome as it could be if I can use this. Let's find out. Oh man, it'll be close. It'll be close. It'll be close. Ah, yes! Yes, I can! It'll make it more awesome. Alright. So now it's time to finish the bottom for the last time. Let's get this guy out of here. Oh wait, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Not yet. Alright. Grab a negative red scraper. Whoopsie daisy, not like that. There we go. And blend some of that in a little bit. On the right way to the ground. A little bit of a tool mark there, but not much. Turn that dude up on its side. There we go. Now I can take this out. So the two piths are coming through there, which is what was going to happen anyway. But let's finish this. No longer hollow form, now it's a stand. I think I might have put that on too early. There we go. Gotta keep rolling with it, man. Never know what's gonna happen. I know some things that I might be able to expect, but in that case, blowing through the side is a mistake or a design change I could have avoided. Negative rake scraper. Round nose, negative rake scraper. and I had it up on edge, getting that burr at a very sheer angle, and got really, really smooth surface, which in my dictionary means, oh, it's not going to work, is it, Dave? That's a bummer. That's not going to work. No. Okay, time to jam chuck it. Gotta jam chuck it. Let's see what I'm going to use. We're going to use, not that guy. Ooh, how about this? Maybe. Well, let's try this first. So I've got a piece of box elder that I think will fit in here. And I can fashion, I think. Oh, no, I guess I can't with this guy. Ah, different piece. Looking at it from the wrong angle. Not that guy. Not that guy. Surely I've got a piece of something I can use. Where'd that cutoff piece go? That would work. What do we got here? Well, that's a good piece of maple, though. It'll be a nice box. Don't want to use that guy. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Where did... Well, I don't think I'd be running out of material this quickly. Holy smokes. Let's see. I need to... You know what? Let me step outside really quick. What are we doing for? I got half an hour. Yeah, I can do this. Let me step outside really quick with my flashlight to grab another small piece of this timber. Hopefully I'm not moving too far away from the computer. So that you can still hear me. Yeah, let's go with this guy. Well, no, let's not. No. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So, piece of green cherry here. Cut off. I will turn that into a jam chuck. And a jam chuck that I will be able to hold in the chuck. All right, let's see. There's live and dry centers. Put the scrapers away. Come on. What else can we put away? This lovely spindle gouge can get put away. alley-oop. Okay. Those off to the side there. All right, let's get this guy rocking and rolling here. I'll hold that side in the chuck. That's going to clear. Yep. Make sure you're secure. And swap to the bowl gouge. So it's that side that I was going to put the tenon on. Is that enough of a hold? Yes. Come on. Oh, wait, no, I need the live center for later. I just don't need this guy. First things first. That'll work out just fine. Whoops. And I need this guy. I still, wow, man. So like this whole time I've been turning at 400 RPM. Right. Shows what you can do with sharp tools and practice. It's going to be deeper than that and wider, but we want to make sure that was actually going to fit. A little bit more. Deeper than that yet. Okay.
Say, that never happens to me.
That never happens to. Oh, yeah. It was, just an example of what could go wrong. Yeah, sure it was. Am I bottoming out? I can't tell. No, maybe. Alrighty. Then we'll make sure we don't bottom out. And I need a rounded shoulder here. Nice and smooth, something like that. So we'll sit right on this shoulder here. Still can't tell if I'm bottoming out. Let's measure. Let's see, that is 11/16, and that is the same. So I can go a little bit deeper. Thought I had it. All right. That curve a little bit smoother. Try not to leave any marks on my piece here. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yes. Perfect. Pays to take your time. Practice, practice, practice. And we're running through. Yay. Oopsie daisy, that would be a mistake. Tour S too high. Easy there. Actually, my tool rest is just a skosh too low. Darn it, anyway. Now it's a skosh too high. Make up your mind, Dave. Okay. Almost looks about right. So we'll go back to this guy. I'm eyeballing the thickness of the wing, looking right through the ghost here. There we go. Oh, you're not supposed to do that, babe. There we go. And then, actually, I need to take that down a little bit more. There we go. Turn it up on edge, get that shear straight. And of course, it catch if you're not careful. Clean that up. And that was what that came off. Oh, it actually broke. Flexing too much. Okay, well, there, we're done with that piece. Ta-da! Well, that was fun turning. I don't think I can hold on. Oh, yeah, I can. I'll figure out a way. There we go. I'm going to get rid of the rest of this wing. I'm just not ready to give up on this piece yet, apparently. So I'm going to straighten this out here where I can Drop my toe rest maybe. And then I can hold that in the, where is it? There it is. I can hold that in the pin jaws. Get rid of these wings. And it'll have an almost thistle shape. So, just for fun, we're going to break that off. And then I should be able to turn the rest in the pin jaws. Yeah. And finish that shape. And I can still use that. Just make a stand, maybe. I don't know. It's something that I was having fun practicing on. So that's what we get out of that piece. That's what we get out of that piece. Okay, let's remove this. Piece of green cherry there to get that green wood off the lathe. There's that. We are right at the tail end of the broadcast for this evening, so I want to thank you for joining me. Even was shooting for 3 finished objects, got 2. So I'm going to turn some more of these guys, because these were pretty fun. I want to make longer stems, but these were pretty fun, and I got the pith just off the center where you can see it right on the outside of the stem here, and I think that's pretty cool. So we'll let those dry and do their thing, and they're already starting to move a little bit. Now this one is definitely going oval and changing shape. So is this. So I'm really looking forward to them. They're like I say, they're fairly thin. It's like a 1/16 of an inch maybe. I mean, let's kill this. So that and that. So hopefully that pin cherry will really do some wild stuff. I'd like to try this with apple too. Then that would be cool. Apple would just go all over the place. I think that would be neat. Hey, TC Schmo, you got any green apple that's about, I don't know, 1.25 inches, 1.5 thick, diameter, fairly round? That'd be neat. Have to make some of those out of apple. because that wood will really, really move. Okay, kill that light. Move this guy back. And make that our main camera again. All right, for those of you who didn't make it to the beginning of the broadcast, howdy, thanks for joining me. My name is Dave. I'm a wood turner. I started turning as therapy for PTSD, found out that I had a knack for it, and fell in love with it. And then I started teaching it and fell in love with that. So I started this channel to become a better teacher, a better demonstrator, and a better turner, because practice is it's the main ingredient, the secret sauce. If there is any secret to wood turning, that's the
Captain
one.
Not One said, had to stop back in Happy Birthday Chulo.
Oh.
Party, hat party, hat.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's today, is it? Oh, my sister's is today also. I just got talking to my sister. She's 2 years older than I am, and her birthday too. Wow. Okay. Happy birthday. Um, anyway, if there's any secret in wood turning, I guess that would be it. That would be that there is no secret. It's practice. You have to get the proper form down, get the instruction, get the proper form down, work on your tool handling skills. Practice, practice, practice. With this pin cherry, like I said, I hadn't turned pin cherry. I turned pin cherry like in the first year or two, maybe 3 years. 2015, 2016, 2017, somewhere in that time frame, really early on in my turning journey, and didn't do so hot with it. But was learning, and now sharp tools and good form, uh, steady, smooth cuts. Yeah, that came out really, really nice. So I guess that could tell you, or give that's a good indication of what you can do with practice. I don't have any pieces. Actually, I do have one piece. Where's that? I made a lidded box out of it. One of my first lidded boxes, and it was all bark on the outside. So basically, I just took. Let's use this guy as an example. So I just took a. It was bigger than this, right? But I cut off a top, made a tenon with a lid, and then hollowed it out so the bark, everything kind of went together, and it was all green, and it didn't, after a while, it didn't fit together anymore. The bark started peeling off because the wood had changed shape and all that, but it was really, really rough. A lot of sanding. I did lots and lots of sanding as a younger turner, I guess, a newer turner, however that vernacular should go. Not younger in age, younger in time behind the lathe. Um, and now with these to finish off the tool, turning is almost all finesse, and it's something that you have to really practice to get to. That light is not going to help. But the finish on these guys right off the tool, I don't know if you can see that so well. Let's try this other camera real quick with a different, maybe light. Yeah, there we go. So that's just the finish off the tool. Put a little bit of abrasive right up on the edge where the bark, joins the wood there. But that is, they did a little bit of sanding on the stem. But the rest of that is all finish off the tool. And uh, give yourself the opportunity to make mistakes. Allow yourself the opportunity to make mistakes. Allow yourself the opportunity to practice. Um, Not every piece that you turn is going to come to fruition, not necessarily because of bad turning skills or whatever. It's wood. So Things things you can't see inside the timber may present itself, splits, cracks, checks, voids, fungal balls, whatever that causes the thing to fly apart, and through no fault of your own. So, because it's a natural product and there's lots of variation in it, it's something that you kind of have to expect, and you can get better at finding, good solid wood to turn. But even so, starting off with a fresh log, you just don't know what's in there until you take the cover off, so to speak. You don't know what's inside. So it could be no fault of your own, but not every piece is going to come to fruition. And you have to accept that as um, uh, practice, just more practice. That's just all it is. Don't try not to get too frustrated with it. Keep going after it. You can get there. I think I'm a poster child for that. You can definitely get there. So, having said all that, I want to thank you all again for joining me this evening. I appreciate the support, all of the followers, all of the subscriptions and chats and all that stuff. I really, really appreciate it. Every little bit helps get the algorithm or whatever it is they're using, whatever that algorithm is, to get more plays, get in front of more people, all that stuff. The more engagement a channel has, the more opportunity it has to be shown to other people. It's just the way it works out. So I thank you very much. You're helping me reach more people on top of that. And I hope to see you tomorrow evening, 8 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. I've got another uh, piece of walnut crotchwood that I'm going to turn. I guess it might look better in this, that I'm going to turn. That's the center point right there. So this is going to be one of my typical holoforms, I think. So that one's ready to go. We'll start that one tomorrow night. Hope to see you. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you stay friendly. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I hope to see you again real soon. Thanks again, folks, and good night.
Vários, sei. Catch you, Tomaru.
Sweet. Looking forward to it, man.